Hey there folks, welcome to a story that might just restore your faith in humanity. Tonight we're talking about something truly remarkable, a town that has achieved what many would consider impossible. An American town with zero homelessness. Yes, you heard that right, zero. Not a single person without a roof over their head. You heard that right, none, zilch, nada. In a world where homelessness is a growing crisis, this town stands as a beacon of hope. Now before you say, John, that's about as likely as finding a unicorn riding a Roomba through Times Square, hear me out. This isn't a fairy tale or a pipe dream. This isn't some fictional utopia, it's a real place with real people who decided enough was enough. They took matters into their own hands and made a change. They got tired of seeing their neighbors sleeping rough and said, we can do better. And they didn't just talk about it, they took action. And you know what? They actually did. Through a combination of compassion, determination, and innovative thinking, they turned the tide. We're going deep into their story, folks, because frankly, it's refreshing to talk about something that actually works for a change. In a world filled with so much negativity, this town's story is a breath of fresh air. So buckle up, grab a snack, preferably one that doesn't require a can opener, and let's learn a thing or two about compassion, community, and how to kick homelessness to the curb. This is a story of hope, resilience, and the power of a united community. The journey wasn't easy. It took years of hard work, collaboration, and a lot of heart. But the results speak for themselves. This town has shown that when people come together with a common goal, incredible things can happen. Local leaders, volunteers, and residents all played a part. They organized town hall meetings, brainstormed solutions, and most importantly, they listened to each other. They understood that everyone had a role to play. They set up community kitchens, organized food drives, and created support networks. They made sure that no one was left behind. It was a collective effort, and it paid off. The town also invested in affordable housing projects and provided resources for those in need. They created safe spaces for families and individuals to thrive. The sense of community and belonging grew stronger with each passing day. We'll hear from some of the residents themselves who will share their personal stories of how this initiative changed their lives. Their testimonies are a testament to the power of community and the impact of caring for one another. So stay with us as we explore this incredible journey. It's a story that proves that with a little bit of heart and a lot of teamwork, we can make the world a better place, one town at a time. Now before you think Hopeville, we'll call it that for now, mostly because I'm terrible with real names, was always a haven of social justice, let's rewind a bit. This quaint little town with its charming streets and friendly faces wasn't always the picture of harmony and community spirit that it might seem today. In fact, Hopeville, like many other small towns across America, has a history marked by its own set of challenges and adversities. It wasn't always sunshine and roses. The town had its fair share of dark days where the skies seemed perpetually overcast, mirroring the mood of its residents. The streets, once bustling with activity, often lay deserted, a silent testament to the struggles that the community faced. Like many towns across America, Hopeville had its share of struggles. The once thriving businesses began to close their doors, and the buildings that housed them started to show signs of neglect and decay. The people too seemed to carry the weight of these hardships, their steps slower, their faces etched with worry. The closure of a major factory hit them hard, leaving folks jobless and struggling to make ends meet. This factory had been the lifeblood of the town, providing employment to generations of families. Its closure was not just an economic blow, but a cultural one, severing a vital thread that had woven the community together. The local shelter was overflowing and tents started popping up under bridges and in public parks. The sight of families huddled together in makeshift homes was a stark and painful reminder of the fragility of their situation. The community, once proud and self-sufficient, now found itself grappling with a crisis of homelessness and poverty. It was a stark reminder that even in the land of opportunity, sometimes the odds are stacked against you. The American dream, for many in Hopeville, seemed like a distant and unattainable fantasy. The reality was harsh, and the struggle to survive was all too real. But here's the thing about Hopeville. They didn't just shrug their shoulders and say, well, that's just the way it is. The spirit of the town, though battered, was not broken. The residents knew that change wouldn't come from waiting for someone else to solve their problems. They understood that if they wanted to see a difference, they had to be the ones to make it happen. They saw a problem, and instead of passing the buck, they decided to pass the helping hand. volunteers began to organize, community members came together to brainstorm solutions, and slowly but surely, the town started to rebuild itself. It wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight, but the determination and resilience of Hopeville's residents began to shine through. They worked together, hand in hand, to create a better future for themselves and their neighbors. This is the story of Hopeville, a town that refused to give up, even when the odds were against them. So what was Hopeville's secret sauce? Did they discover a magical money tree that sprouted affordable housing? Did they hire a team of Jedi Masters to negotiate rent reductions with landlords? Well, not exactly. Their approach was surprisingly simple. They stopped treating homelessness as a problem to be managed, and started treating it as people who needed a hand up, not a handout. Instead of just offering temporary shelter beds, they focused on long-term solutions like affordable housing, job training, and mental health support. They realized that giving someone a roof over their head for a night was great, but it was like putting a band-aid on a broken leg. They needed to address the root causes of homelessness, not just the symptoms. Section 4. Meet the Neighbors. Stories of Second Chances. Now, let's put some faces to the statistics, shall we? Meet Sarah, a single mom who lost her job and her apartment after a string of bad luck. She was at her wit's end, sleeping in her car with her 2 young kids. That's when Hopeville stepped in, providing her with temporary housing and connecting her with job training programs. Today, Sarah has a steady job, a safe and affordable apartment, and her kids are thriving. She's just one of the many success stories in Hopeville, a testament to the power of compassion and a little bit of elbow grease. Section 5. It takes a village, and a mayor and a bunch of volunteers. So who were the masterminds behind Hopeville's success? The answer isn't as simple as naming one person or one organization. It was a collective effort, a true testament to the power of community. Well, it wasn't just one person or organization, it was a true community effort. People from all walks of life came together, united by a common goal. They wanted to make Hopeville a better place for everyone, especially those who had fallen on hard times. The mayor, bless her heart, rallied the troops, bringing together local businesses, nonprofits, faith-based organizations, and everyday citizens to tackle the issue head-on. She was the glue that held everything together, the driving force behind the movement. And everyday citizens to tackle the issue head-on. Volunteers from all over the town pitched in, offering their time, skills, and resources. They organized community cleanups, food drives, and fundraising events. It was a sight to behold. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and in Hopeville, it took a village to raise a community out of homelessness. The sense of camaraderie and mutual support was palpable. Neighbors looked out for each other and strangers became friends. And in Hopeville, it took a village to raise a community out of homelessness. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. People who had once felt hopeless found new purpose and direction. They were given a second chance at life. Volunteers cooked meals at the shelter, ensuring that no one went to bed hungry. They prepared nutritious and delicious food, often using ingredients donated by local farmers and grocery stores. It was a labor of love. Local businesses offered job training opportunities, helping people develop new skills and find gainful employment. They provided workshops on resume writing, interview techniques, and even basic computer skills. It was all about empowering individuals to take control of their futures. And faith-based organizations provided counseling and support services. They offered a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and words of encouragement. They helped people heal emotionally and spiritually, giving them the strength to move forward. It was a beautiful symphony of human kindness, folks. The kind that makes you believe in the good in people again. The entire town came alive with a renewed sense of purpose and unity. It was as if a spark had been ignited, and everyone was determined to keep the flame burning bright. The kind that makes you believe in the good in people again. Hopeville became a shining example of what can be achieved when people come together for a common cause. It was a story of resilience, compassion, and the unbreakable human spirit.